Hello everybody and welcome to this stage. Stage number 17. We're heading to Saint Chevalier. We're going up the Galibier. Ouch. First time we've been up it since 2011. Wow. I thought we went up it more recently. We were supposed to, but we didn't. Back a couple years back, when we were supposed to do the ALLEZ Galibier double day. We didn't. Instead we went up the pass of the Iron Cross instead, the Col de la Croix de Fer. But today, we're going up the Galibier. Finally, we're back. Schleck made his big move here. But today, who's going to make a big move? It's the highest point of the race, the Col de Galibier, 2,600 meters high, and it feels like a Giro stage, doesn't it? But someone's going to have to reach out for this. It's a tough old day, 182k in the saddle. Romain Bardet has to make a move today. He's running out of time, but who has what it takes? So today, we have a Cat 2. Of the Col d'Ornon. We go up the pass of the Iron Cross, the Col de la Croix de Fer. That's 2,000 meters high. Then we dive down up the Col de Telegraph. There's lots of hairpins there. Then through the sort of empty, desolate terrain of the Col du Galibier. And it says it's in memory of Henri de Grange, the person who started the Tour de France. Then we have a long descent into Saint Chevalier. Whatever happens on the climb, the descent is another factor. Who has what it takes? The weather will play a huge factor on today. As we saw on the other stage, people can crash and people can suffer if it rains on a descent. Anyway, let's see what happens on the stage then. Let's cross in to the race. We await the start of the race. The flag drops, and who's going to drop their guns and go on the break? Actually, no, that was probably a bad choice of words. Who's going to raise their guns and go on the break? Yes. Right now, we are pretty much submerged into a car. Let's go to a better camera angle, and that's a Katusha rider trying to break away. Not anymore. Pelazzotti tried, and Landa's also trying. Good on Landa. Finally doing something for Ville de Paris in the mountains. Pantano as well. If you want a most aggressive rider competition, Pantano looks to be your winner. Even if he's dropped, he still goes. And no Tim Wellens near the front. Wellens is up there, but he's not trying to attack. He's trying to play it safe today, and I think Pantano will be doing anything but that. He'll be hungry for points, but he's not going right now. Instead, they're leaving it to the breakaway group. Sky finally going into the break on the mountain stage. Same for Ukraine. Interesting choice. Lots of GC teams throwing people up here. Ukraine 3rd in GC. We have Constor 8th in GC with a teammate in Sanchez. Thomas, who was in 2nd, or in 3rd rather. Quick-step score with no one. David de la Cruz himself is about 15 minutes back. Steve Cummings as well, just going for mountain points. Pierre Roland with Wild Pools back in the peloton, and Thibaut Pinot with someone in the peloton. It's interesting what's happening here, but it's a strong break, and I'm surprised Pantano's not going up here, because today's a good day for it. Ville de Paris head at the front of the peloton. Demar has to try and stay safe over this climb and contest this sprint, because he needs every point he can get right now. Somewhere trying to control things, and it's Iggy Silva up near the front. They're going for Romain Bardet, and today is a good day for Romain Bardet if he wants to try and get something from this race. Today's a good day to attack because he's a good descender and he's a good climber. Valverde's a good descender, but he's not as good of a climber as Bardet. So honestly, try to attack. If you don't attack on that climb, Bardet, I will scream and I will alt F4. Hi. But Martin's going in the breakaway. 2nd on Périgueux. Barguil as well. No breakaways before, I don't think. Leon Sanchez. No, Samuel Sanchez, sorry. I think he's been in the break. Caldemon hasn't been in the break. He's been a part of that amazing Ukraine train who split the group on Périgueux. But today, looks to be safe for the first half of the day. The group is stretched out and the group has fallen. Aru's down, Mollema's down, Constor's down. Constor's been down for about the 5th time in this race, and still people are struggling. People have been dropped. Iggy Silva, Marichko, Adam Yates is going to pull out maybe. Yeah, Adam Yates is out of this race. That's it. It's the final nail in the coffin for Adam Yates. He looked good in GC, but now he's gone, and so is Sam Bennett, man for Ukraine. But he took the ultimate sacrifice. Instead of Mollema going down, he took the burden himself. Is that here now down? It's the brother. Oh my god, that always gets to me. Okay. We have lots of people pulling out. Bennett's out of it now. It's official, and I think we will see Adam Yates pulling out soon. Bad news for Cannondale. Tim Danielson. It looked to be a brilliantly drafted team at the head of the race, and oh, Sorry, I missed the sprint. Demar looks to have won ahead of Kalkar and Ewan, and Sachamodolo sprinted behind, but no one else did. So Demar finally getting some points back. He's on 200, so if he's got it secured for another day, as long as he doesn't miss the time cut. Still, these people are trying to chase back. It's not looking good, and the break are about to hit the Col de la Guatafel. Okay, so who do we have? Tony Martin, big man, first yellow jersey of the race. Pierre Roland, he's won stages in the past. Sanchez, maybe, I can't remember. Barguil never won a ALLEZ stage, neither for De La Cruz. Cummings as well, British champion, double British champion. We have Pelazzotti and then Kelderman, just two awesome climbers. Ukraine, though, everything seems to be going wrong ever since they threw Kelderman in the break. Ville de Paris doing a lot of work for Landa. I don't know why, but sure, I'll catch up later on. Sanchez is trying to attack now, as I think more people try to attack away from the bunch, and these are people going for mountain points. It's Nico Roach, Pantano, Roglic, Brambilla, and Simon Yates. Hearing that his brother's out of it, he might as well attack. Simon Yates won a stage a bit like this. We were in Italy, remember? That's that big intrepid day I always talk about. Brambilla has bad memories. That was probably one of the best ALLEZ stages ever. Sanchez, though, takes maximum points and heads onto the descent. He's going to have to take this gingerly. We could see some crashes behind, and here come the groups. They're going to meet very, very soon. One man who's out of it right now is Arnaud Demar. He has crashed already in the stage. No, he's not crashed, sorry, he's been dropped already in the stage. And he's far, far behind. Already on the Col de la Guatafel, we still have the Galibier to pass over, and he's dead. He did a lot of pacemaking work. I think that's a poor choice for Ville de Paris. They should have just held on, and there's a fall for Kenyuk, and there's a fall for Contador again. Oh, it's a lot of people down. There's a lot of people on Contador. He's tough, he gets up. Thomas as well. It's the falling crew from the other day that they've come down yet again. It's not a good sign. Koenig's down. And is anybody going to pull out of this race because of it? P. Kenyuk will. And Sky haven't had such a good race. Crashes have hurt them. We've had Vauclair being pulled out. Yeah. Wow. 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 Constantine and Thomas then, they have a lot of chasing back to do. Kirianki, one on the last summit finish, is also stuck behind. And the good thing they have turns here, the big Belgian engine. He's going to have to try and chase back. The gap isn't too big though, and we have a descent. If it was straight up to another climb after this, it would be bad news for Constantine and Thomas, but they will make it back. But I can't help but feel sorry for Sonder, because Constant's crashed a lot in this race. But the break, they're still holding out, and the groups still haven't met. I'll catch up at the top, well, somewhere on the final climbs. Well, there's a big old breakaway at the moment, but we are rolling up this Col du Télégraphe climb. 7.1% for 12 kilometers, and we are 9k away from the summit of it. And the breakaway has 13 people. It's a big one now. Lots of people trying to fight for mountain points, and lots of people trying to fight for a stage win. It looks like it could be possible for both of them. It's a strong breakaway. Pantano is trying to gain some time again. 7:55. If this works out, he could just throw himself back into GC and into top 10. Anyone else? Brambilla as well. 6:53 back. Lots of these. Actually, Brambilla's closer up in GC than the other person I was talking about. That was Pantano. But they're working together and they're working fast. Illuminate. They're controlling things, but they aren't like laying down the gauntlet. They're not going crazy. Ville de Paris are doing an awful lot of work for Landa, who looks now like he wants to be a GC leader. It makes me sad because Ville de Paris have done a brilliant job of regulating everything today, and they probably could have won yellow and green if Landa didn't crash. Well, not crash. Well, Landa was dropped and decided he didn't want to do GC. I don't know why. But that's just interesting. It just what happened. It happened to Nathan back at All Stars as well. Paul's halfway through the race was like, "I'm going to be a GC leader now." But hey, here comes Younglas in the white jersey, and he's going to be fighting for the overall win, and he has to try and make a move today. Let's get a time gap to the breakaways. Roglic falls back. Sad times. Don't waste too much energy trying to win these points though. I know Brambilla is trying to attack now. It will up the pace, it will up the gap as Ville de Paris just up the pace in the peloton. Let's get a time gap up soon. Thomas might have a couple scrapes in in his jersey, a couple rips here and there, and it's not going to be a good side. Valverde is also fairly far down in this peloton, as is Tim Wellens, and yeah, I think they're going for Henao, but to be honest, fucking hell, the wrong Henao. Henao and Wellens, I don't really know what's going on there, but they could score double points though, and that's also a big thing. Brambilla looks really strong. As long as he doesn't crack, he should be good. And this gap is just getting extended, and because Ville de Paris, they're not exactly upping the pace, and this could be a surprise yellow jersey maybe from Gianluca Brambilla if the pace gets up. And oh, the white line's back, boys. Brambilla attacks yet again. He wants these points a lot, and he's cracking. No, Brambilla, don't use too much energy just to get those points. Now a little bit of respite, a little descent for him. You need the energy, Gianluca, and you could make it into top 10. Brilliant move by Canada. He's already won a stage, Gianluca Brambilla, and he's already put his name into ALLEZ history. Remember, back at the ALLEZ to the front, back at ALLEZ All Stars rather. He wore that red jersey for far too long. The Czech team take it up then, and I don't know why. Young ones, I guess. Canada as well, also right up here. You'd be stupid, Canada, if you start pacing. They're working for full sang. It looks pretty clear right now. Valverde moves to the front. Bardet eager on his wheel for an attack. And here we go. 22k to the next climb, to the summit of the Galibier. It's a long, long one. And at the top, and oh, Brambilla is being met by the group again. 6-minute gap, and they're shedding people. Derek Taudas had a puncture. That's not good news for Fabio Aru, because Fabio Aru hasn't had many teammates in this race. That's been a common theme, the Italian champion. That might be why he's 6th in GC and not first. No teammates, no real support from the team, and from a first pick you'd expect that. But it was an interestingly drafted team, and there, that Italian champion, the Tricolore, looks good on Aru. We have that for the rest of the season, for the rest of the year as well. And is that what Paul's trying to put? No, it's not. It's just Genier deciding, I'm going to pace for a second. He ups the pace though, with Pierre on the breakaway. That also seems pretty stupid. Brambilla then, 5-minute 3 back. That's not much, and they have to start upping the pace if they actually want to try to get the leader's jersey. The pace is high, but it's not too high. Still a group of 55 on the Galibier. That would never happen in real life. And here comes Esteban Chavez, everyone's favorite Colombian, who crashed out of GC. Don't know what happened. Decided Alaphilippe leaves the leader. That was the one thing I was kind of toyed about with that team. It looked as if one of them was going to end up being GC leader, one of them was going to end up being a bottle boy, and that's what happened. Esteban Chavez ended up getting the rough half of the job, and oh, Izagirre looks... What is this with just teammates heading to the front, and teams that aren't even going for GC heading to the front? Ville de Paris, what are you doing? Stop using up your energy for Landa. He's not going to win. Just give up. It's going to be a breakaway win, almost definitely now. But the thing is, what's the gap going to be? Because we have Pantano, we have Brambilla up here. They're fighting for the polka dots and also to win this race. Funnily enough, they won a top 10. And at the moment, it looks like they could get it. And here come the groups then. Canada look competitive, Canada look good, and oh, Landa goes. Landa launches the first attack of the climb, and as I said, Landa, there's no way of him winning. He goes for it, and there's no response. Illuminates tried to sky train it up here, but Landa goes. He's no threat in GC at the moment. He's what, 12 minutes back? He can't gain 12 minutes in 36k. But this, okay, I thought it would ignite something. Slovenia moves to the front, working for Kruiswijk. Sure. Tim Wellens back up here, as well with Tish Benoit, who's looking pretty fresh in this last half of the week. Lots of riders and not many attacks. Here's Thibaut Pinot, he's far down in the group. He took yellow on a day like this last year, and it's now, the gap is down to 4:13. It's not looking good. If you roll over the top of the climb with a big gap, that looks to be it. Okay, Tony Martin's done. Gianluca Brambilla looks done, and oh, it's bad news for Gianluca Brambilla and Pantano. They have to gain energy, they have to stay up here if they want that glorious place in GC. Who's been dropped is Tish Benoit. Okay, no real headlines there, but Landa is steamrolling past everyone. And I think Nathan will be annoyed because he realizes Landa's actually doing very well. Valverde though moves almost to the front as if he's gonna launch a move very soon, but I can't see it happening. Valverde is just taking this with so much ease, and Bardet has to attack. He has to make his move. Constant right up here. All the big heads of state are all up here fighting for positioning, but no one's utilising that positioning and going for a win. And that's Pantano dropped. Ooh. One of the men for GC, one of the men for the polka dots. He's gone backwards. Brambilla will be licking his lips because he could get maximum points at the top of the Galibier. Not only that, he could be gaining 3 minutes in GC. Micah hits the front, and that's Illuminate on their last guy. That's not good. Sunweb have lost everyone now. Rui Costa and Maintiers are not here, and that could be because Corsica crashed out. Bardet, though, still no attack, still no moves seen from any major GC guys. And Landa, he's gone, he's rolled into the sunset, I think. Where is Mikael Landa? Actually, yeah, he's 2 minutes ahead. I thought that was it. If he manages to win the stage, it will be a massive feat of sporting victory and excellence. But 3 minutes 13, Brambilla is starting to crack with 3 kilometers to go to the summit. He will gain some polka jersey points. I don't know if he can slip into that jersey tonight. And Bardet goes! Bardet! I knew he would do it. He has to. And Romain Bardet may be too late. 3 kilometers to go to the top of the climb. Bardet attacks. Valverde, Constant, Wellens and Monomer and pulls. Everyone tries to follow in. And all the GC guys just slip onto the wheel. Some can't respond. But that looks to be the deal. That looks to be... It's sealed in the bag. And Bardet has split the group. And this is your GC contending group, but they're not working together, and it almost comes to nothing right now. They come back together, and oh, Contador goes! Contador with a sharp attack! He is not afraid to go, and as we just hit the top of the climb, who's going to take points? It's David de la Cruz who's going to take maximum points. Gianluca Brambilla is going to get swept in very, very soon. He will climb up GC, no doubt about it. But here come the group. They're just blocked by everyone else. Contador has his chance to go. He's met up with Landa, and Contador bridges past everyone, and finally he can gain some time back. No one is seizing the opportunity though, and this looks to be an end to what has been, what promised to be a very, very good day, but maybe not so much anymore. BMC cracking behind. Thomas is gone. Pinot is gone, and now this treacherous descent starts. Junglos is struggling to stay up with everyone. Where is Gianluca Brambilla? He's on his own. He has to try and pace his way back up here. Where is the provisional polka dot jersey classification? I can't see it anywhere. Oh, come on. Aru hits the front of the group. Cummings is here working for Kreiswijk. And Kreiswijk looks very, very strong, and he could move up GC then. But it's Contador who's lit up this race. And Ville de Paris, they've bridged with Landa. They'll be saying some stuff in Spanish. We have to work together. We have to try and get our way back here. 1 minute then is the gap to Brambilla, and it will not be the kind of headline that VCDM was hoping for. 1 minute then on Brambilla would move him up to 550 something, and that would put him in about 14th place. Okay. It was a good move from Brambilla, and he's going to get some mountain points from it. And Cummings is just trying so hard to position Kreiswijk. It's a group of 13. Who's missed out then? Esteban Chavez. Geraint Thomas is out of it. Tim Welland and the whole of BMC's GC train that looked so strong at the start of the race is struggling. And it's struggling big time. Where is Julien Alaphilippe? Is he out of it? Where is Alaphilippe? He's surely got to be here. And he is. Sorry, my bad. Second wheel. He will be lurking around for a sprint. Contador as well, looking good. Could this come down to a sprint between these GC guys thanks to Steve Cummings and his work? This wasn't the GC sort out we thought it was going to be. It will all come down to the Isoire and the TT in Marseille. And Bardet has to gain time somehow. He can't just roll to the finish and hope for the best. Romain Bardet of Sunweb has to make a move. He's far down. He doesn't have the TT credibilities that Valverde has, and he has to attack at some point. Come on, Romain Bardet. Contador has 46 seconds, and they've bridged up to the Brambilla group now. They have to start working together. Cummings is starting to fade. Surely they're going to start pacing, and there goes Contador with Landa in the wheels. 40 seconds to go. We've sort of overshadowed this breakaway group. Warren Barguil, followed by Pierre Roland, with David de la Cruz, Simon Yates, and Nico Roach. I said Simon Yates will love a day like this, and I think he is. The man from Cannondale could just send some good news home to the Cannondale team bus. We look back. There's a 1 minute gap between Contador and Barguil opens the sprint. Let's watch this as it unfolds. Barguil then at the front. Roach's second wheel. What's it going to be? Oh, sorry, that was a shit camera choice. Rog going through the centre. Yates can't respond to it. There comes Pierre Rolland. No, it's going to be Buggy, or is it going to be someone else? Buggy, I think, gets it. Team Sky send a message to everyone else. The Frenchman Warren Barguil wins on home soil in France. And that puts an end to what was a dangerous mountain day, but Barguil takes ahead of Roger and Yates and David de la Cruz and Pierre Rolland. Close sprint there. Contador wins the sprint behind, and Valverde opens up the sprint. It's a minute gap between the Contador-Brambilla group to everyone else, and Contador, who was 3 minutes 43 down, will move up in GC, sending a shockwave across the peloton, sending a message over to illuminate, watch me. Christ-like, no, Valverde's going to win the sprint behind. And that's going to be about a minute and 50 down from the front group. Thomas made it back in the end, and it's a group of 16 that crossed the line altogether. Aru struggled in the end. Volsang holds on, but where is Tim? Tim came in that group. Okay, good on him. All GC major guys are together then. Where is Harlanson Pantano? We feel for him. We feel for him. Ah, he's finished. Okay, good. Whew. 18th on the day then. Not bad. Not bad for Harlanson Pantano. But Gianluca Brambilla again trying to get some more time on a day where surely he didn't think he could gain time. But let's go to the podiums. After what's been a brilliant day. The early breakaway worked today. Warren Barguil takes it in that beautiful white lightened sky jersey, which means everyone with an alternate jersey is one apart from someone from Lotto NL. Yeah. Nico Roach gets second place for Cycling Academy, their best finish. No, actually no, they took a stage earlier on. Yes, Cannondale with their best finish of the race. Valverde leads. Of course he does, ahead of Balde, Mollema and Jungels. Still in the time then. Contador plays his cards then, 6th place moves up ahead of Aru. Welsh pulls in 5th, looking good for him, but the TT could decide everything. Mountains, it's only just Wellens's. Brambilla made a good dig of it today, but couldn't get up there in the end. And Brambilla is in 2nd, about 20 points behind. I don't think he's going to be able to get it for Canada. BMC looked to have sealed the deal, and Tim Wellens, it just shows from that one day in Chambéry going in the break, he has done it for the whole race. Arnaud Démare, though, Arnaud Démare looks good to win the green jersey. Valverde in 2nd, Caleb Ewan in 3rd. It all depends on what happens in the next couple of stages, but I think Démare sealed the deal. We still have 2 more 2 more sprint stages left. Bob Jungels in white. Well, we've lost someone in that one. Adam Yates 4th, but his brother slips into his place in 4th. Head of Louis Maintiers. And Pierre Latour. Good from him. Went in the breakaway halfway through the stage, just attacked away. The Czech team though, Will said they could lead it the whole way through. They almost did, and actually Jungels could win this race. Still, remember he's got a brilliant TT stat. 2 minute 40 though might just be a bit too much on Valverde, but he's going to have to gain some time on tomorrow's stage up to Izoire. He fought well up to Périgueux, but tomorrow's stage is going to be a big one. BMC now lead the team, and look who's out of it. Dimension Data moved down to 4th. Adria Mobile and Slovenia are back in it. But BMC with their GC threats, they're looking good. Team Canada in 5th. I thought they'd do better. Canada then. Brambilla moves to 14th, Volsang in 15th. It's looking good then for them. Kreuzberg into 13th. Sergio Luis Henao into 12th. Pinot into 11th. Harlanson Pantano into 17th. Dan Martin's out. Whoa! What happened to Dan Martin? We weren't following him. He was 11th at the top of the day. And Dan Martin slips down, loses a whole heap of time. Loses 4 minutes on everyone else. And also, TJ Van Garderen loses time yet again in this race. Actually, no, he finished in the group. Sorry, I take that back. Mikael Landa moves into 20th. Who's out of it then? Who lost out to the time cut? Let's find out. Oh, it's quite a few people. That's 3 people. Iggy Silva, Jakob Mareczko, and Luke Rowe. Out with crashes, it's Bennett, Kenyuk, and Yates. British people not having such a good race at the moment. Team Sky, they've lost lots of people. They've lost 2 today. They've lost others as well earlier in the race. Not a good Tour de France for Team Sky, but they could get a top 10 still with Geraint Thomas. It's an interesting day today. Not as much of a GC sort out as we thought it was going to be, but still, the Col d'Izoire, still promising for a GC showdown. Fingers crossed, guys. It's going to be a good one. Thanks for watching. Results will be on Discord or in the comment section somewhere. Just check that out. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and ta-ra.